This is another person's video. The real meaning of life is so important, I had to rewrite it and represent. So many people feel that life is hard. I feel so sorry for them. All they have to do is change their perspective, and they can be right as rain in no time. They just need to take a step back and realize that everything is not as it seems. It can be so easy to think that nothing in life really matters. But that's a non-heightened conscious perspective. It's so easy to think about our 4.5 billion year old universe and how vast it is compared to the smallness of a person. It's so easy to look at the seemingly endless, multifaceted beauty displayed in all creation around us and think that it's just there for us to do with whatever we want for our purposes, and there will be no consequence to any decision we make. Since there seems to be nothing to indicate otherwise, we just take it for granted that whatever we do is what is supposed to be done. So we start to work together. We build empires. But soon there are many groups with different ideas and they fight. Things just get more complicated. Nothing ever seems to sort itself out. Computers, rockets, it's all taking off too fast. People in power, they just want you to think that they're in the know. And all you have to do is follow their lead. You got plenty of time, so just do what you know you need to do. Get your life on the right track. You'll stay ahead of things. You'll make every minute count. You will find a way to get ahead of those around you and keep up with the chaotic pace. If you put yourself first, you're gonna have the world at your fingertips. No, not the world, the moon. But hold it, and also spin around once. Stop right there. Yeah, if you keep thinking that the universe is so big, and you're so small, and you keep getting it backwards forever, you might think that you're going to rise to this high-level thing, but you're going to stunt your growth. You're going to come to a psychosocial crisis, and all learning and new perspectives for you are going to stop forever. Consider the wonders and intricacies of the human body, and all things and ideas that you haven't even yet come to understand or fathom, or even have an inkling that it might even exist. Consider the infinite. Fathom it. You can't understand it, but fathom it. What if all this was just a place for us to play and live in, and learn in, and inspire us? What if all this isn't what it's about? What if there's so much more? Boom. What if everything in the physical realm is doing nothing but stunting us? If we use our consciousness and our minds to just study and compel us to look closer and deeper into us and our world, we could miss everything. If we keep minimizing ourselves and our values of life, we're going to start to think that the universe probably wasn't made just for us. Oh, the tragedy of the blockades only begin when we start to think like that. We make ourselves busy studying everything. We lose track of important things. We start to say to others, but you aren't everything. 360,000 people are born every day. They can't all do grand things. And those that don't, they do nothing. They die. That just happens. They wasted their life. But hey, nothing's going on any of the other planets. So we start thinking, well, it's a grand world, and there's lots of joy and pleasure to be had for those who are deserving. And it's a good thing we've found 4,000 other exoplanets that are very much like our own, because those that aren't deserving are just overpopulating this planet that we live on, and they're wrecking it for the rest of us. Well, we might as well put them to use somehow, serving us until we can get to those other places. And since they're just wasting their lives and not sharing our perspectives, we'll put them to use when we get to those other places ourselves. You know, there are over 200 billion stars in just our solar system. And there are plenty of solar systems. We're part of the local group. In this tight-knit group, Andromeda is the closest to us, and it's going to come into contact with our solar system in about 4.5 billion years and blow us all away. So if we really want to last and start hoping to have a chance of going the distance before the suns and the stars collide and shrivel us away to nothing, we had better start thinking about how we can do the best we can with what we've got. And what we've got isn't out there. You know, science makes the claim that there's the infinite large and the infinite small. Why is it we get so caught up in what we can see and understand that's right in front of us and think that that's everything? Why is it that we don't understand that as a collective, as a population species, that if we don't work together and find that infinite small and infinite large, you might as well call this dark energy, this lack of heightened conscious, this thinking that what we can see and understand is all there is, that leads us to believe that there's no such thing that's larger than us or the universe, such as a god or a force that created and has a plan for us. There's no way that we can fathom the incredibleness of this because we just want to look at what's right in front of us and think that's it. And maybe that is it. Maybe that is it. But if it was, in a way, that would be sad. Because, think about it. You can only do so much here in our existence in this realm. You can only feel pleasure and pain. And you tend to find ways to push others down so that they can help you sustain the pleasure and minimize the pain. We look into the vastness of space. We think that we're looking into the vastness of ideas, but we go black. We find no meaning. Do we find the hope of a paradigm shift? Can we come alive? Can we be better than we were before? We have the capability to be better, stronger, faster. We have the capability to become the first all-seeing conscious mind, and understanding what is there and why it's there and what to do with it. We have the capability to rise to what we were supposed to be from the beginning, to accelerate, to go forth and become the world's first bionic conscious. Conscious Counseling 101 will teach you to be that conscious. Better, stronger, more insightful, more alive, more flexible and able to see what's going on for what it is and not getting caught by the slings and arrows and knocked down by the vices and traps that cause you to be a slave to this physical realm and fragment you until you're so diffused that you can't put yourself back together. You get sucked into the vortex. You feel like there's no way out. Your energy gets taken away. But I'm telling you, Conscious Counseling 101 can give you a new perspective of the same thing. It's not a hole, it's a lift. It's a way to go to a new place, a new perspective that will transform everything that you used to think when you just got stuck with the physical reality. Will shoot you back out, and your life can start again. But what will you do with it? You're starting all new. What got you so lost in the first place? What crazy notions sparked in your brain and caused you to get so off track, putting yourself above everything else? So you're not going to do that anymore. Some new thing is forming in front of you. Nothing changes in perspective. Time becomes pointless, but you are not without resolution. You start to see the light. You knock on the door is opened, you come inside, and you see all. You might not even understand what you're looking at first, but you start to analyze, and soon you come to see, and you're back into the reality that you were always in. But you see everything around you now differently than you did. You're not caught up in it. You're not bound by it. You understand it, and you want to cut through it all, analyze every bit of it, and share what you have found with others. But you now find a new challenge to reach all these others like never before. It's just you alone in the universe, and all these others. You broadcast what you know you found and hope that others will see. But it should be no surprise that they have as much trouble reading the signals as you initially did. They go round and round like some kind of crazy force inside of themselves, and they're just trapped and they're on fire to get out, but they just don't know what direction to go or how to do it. You try to help them, but they just free fall into oblivion. School won't help. You go to work, you pay your taxes. It's just gonna weight you down and fixate you on nothing. If we can't figure out life's meaning and our purpose for coming into existence on this planet, and we just focus on things of non-importance, we're just gonna fail. If you want to sit around and play games all day, well, there are people doing that. If you want to find a way to propel humanity into other worlds and outer space, there are people doing that too. But oh, what a shame it would be if we pushed ourselves forward into the beyond without fixing the problems of humanity right here and now that we already had and that we've exacerbated and made worse. Everything that was meant to be important in life doesn't have to pass you by in a super speed blur. Every human being that's ever been has been dealt a different hand, just like in a game of cards. The value of that hand isn't what you start with, it's what you end up with. Again, look out there. Fathom. If you think that what you're holding is all that matters and all there is, imagine what you could miss if you were wrong. Open your eyes. You don't have to figure out what it all means by tomorrow. Go spend some time. Have some fun with your family and friends, your dog. Get out. Study. Let others get tripped up on the big things and get so focused that they think that's all there is. You see, just try to enjoy it. When you use your new perspective to look at others and the traps that they make for themselves and others, you'll see their world just starting to implode. You'll try to help. Don't ever think it doesn't even matter. It does. Save yourself first and take with you anyone you can. Every single chance is worth your important purpose and meaning in life.